A gord is a medieval Slavonic fortified settlement, also occasionally known as a burgwall, a Slavic burgwall after the German term for such sites. The ancient peoples were known for building wooden fortified settlements. The reconstructed Centum-satem isogloss word for such a settlement is gord, related to the Germanic *gard and *gart. This Proto-Slavic word for town or city, later differentiated into grad, gard, gorod, etc. Similar strongholds were built during the Late Bronze and Early Iron Ages by the Lusatian culture, and later in the 7th–8th centuries BC in modern-day Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Eastern Germany and India. These settlements were usually founded on strategic sites such as hills, riverbanks, lake islands or peninsulas. A typical gord was a group of wooden houses built either in rows or in circles, surrounded by one or more rings of walls made of earth and wood, a palisade and/or moats. Some gords were ring-shaped, with a round, oval or occasionally polygonal fence or wall surrounding a hollow. Others, built on a natural hill or a man-made mound, were cone-shaped. Those with a natural defense on one side, such as a river or lake, were usually horseshoe-shaped. Most gords were built in densely populated areas, and situated in places which presented particular natural advantages. However, as Slavic tribes combined to form states, gords were also built for defense purposes in less populated border areas. Those gords that served as a ruler's residences or which lay on trade routes quickly expanded. A suburbium formed near or below the gord. Its population serviced the residents of the gord and could shelter within the gord's walls in the event of danger. Eventually the suburbium would have its own fence or wall. In the High Middle Ages, the gord normally evolved into a castle or citadel, and the suburbium into a town. Some other gords did not stand the test of time and were abandoned or destroyed, gradually turning into more or less discernible mounds or rings of earth. Notable archaeological sites include Biskupen, Poland and Bilsk, Ukraine. This suffix is mainly attributed to European countries, and the suffix garh appears in the names of Indian cities and towns. Garh means fort in Hindi, Sanskrit and other Indo-Aryan languages, which is very similar to the Slavonic origins of the word gorod. Owing to the large amount of similar vocabulary in Russian and Sanskrit, the possible connection between garh and gorod seems plausible. Indian cities and towns often end with a variety of suffixes, most of them having Persian origins owing to the strong cultural, linguistic and religious influences from Persia dating back to the early ancient period, stretching to the medieval period. The Proto-Slavic word *gord means a fenced area, compared to Ukrainian horoditi, Czech oradet, Russian ogoradet, Croatian, Serbian ogroditi and Polish ogoradzak, grodzic meaning to fence off. The word's root is in the Proto-Indo-European language. Its cognates of the numerous English words related to an enclosure, yard, garth, girdle, and court. In some modern Slavic languages, *gord has evolved into words for a garden, Ukrainian, Russian, Serbian, Bulgarian, and Macedonian, Serbian no, grad, Polish gorod, Slovak zarada, Czech zarada. In some Slavic languages, *gord has evolved into a word for town or city, Russian gorod, ancient Pomeranian and modern Kashubian gard, Bulgarian, Croatian, Macedonian, Slovene, and Serbian, Slovak and Czech hrad. Polish grad. The Polish word podgrodzie meant settlement near a town because in fact grad was built at hill's top frequently. It survived to these days in names of several villages and towns districts. It's also still found in Puttgarden in Wagria and Puttgarden on Rügen in Germany. The names of many Central and Eastern European cities hark back to the past as gords. Some of them are in countries which used to be, but no longer are, inhabited mostly by Slavic-speaking peoples. Examples include Horodok, gorod, hrod, harad, hrud, horod, hrad, gard, grod, grad. In addition, there are gras in Austria and garts in Germany. In ancient Iran, gord had the same meaning. This word changed to gerd after the Arab invasion. Burgwall is a city in the west of Iran. Important gords in Europe. Germany on Rügen, the fort at Cape Arcona, the Jaramarsberg. Gars Castle, the fort of Charenza near Vens in the municipality of Trent. The Herthaberg near the Stubbenkammer in the Jasmine National Park. Rest of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Mecklenburg Castle in the village of Dorf-Mecklenburg near Wismar. The fort of Grossraden near Sternberg. The fort of Baron-Lübchen, partly reconstructed in the Grossraden Archaeological Open-Air Museum. Gaderben Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. Ganschendorf Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. The fort of Grappenwerder in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. Quadenschanfeld Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. Neunierkor Castle in the county of Rostock. The fort of Neukenzlin between Demmin and Stavenhagen. Mollen Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. Mollenhagen Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. The Ravensburg. The forts at Kastorfer See near Neubrandenburg. The Island Fort in the Tetrower Sea, the Schlossberg near Feldberg, the Slavic Fort near Menkendorf, a village in the parish of Grebsniendorf. Wittenborn Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. Kiew Castle in the county of Mecklenburgisch Seenplatte. Wolfsaal Castle in the county of Ludwigslust-Parchim. In Berlin Brandenburg Castle. Spandau Castle, the Romerschens near Potsdam, a Rietweiner Wallburger Fortenlage near Rietwein in the Landkreis Märkischer Oderland. The Slavic Fort of Luben, the Slavic Fort of Radisch near Wetschau, Spreewald. The Slavic Fort of Tornau. Lossow Castle, Frankfurt, the fort near Kallistow. In Saxony-Anhalt, the fort of Altisdorf in the Magdeburg sub-district of Pekau. Wust Castle. In Schleswig-Holstein. List of early Middle Ages castles in Hamburg and Schleswig-Holstein including the fort of the Slavic settlement of Starogard in present-day Oldenburg, the Oldenburger Wall, Bavaria Rauherkalm, Bohemia Levi Radek, Prague Castle, Ruben, Vyšehrad, Poland Krobry fortified village in This Proto-Slavic.